Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So happy to see you today. I hope everybody's doing awesome. I hope your life is awesome. We are doing this reading at 1:45 p.m. I don't know why, but that's what we're doing. Let's see, 1:45 p.m. That would equal 10, huh? Which would put us at 0, 1 in the realm of possibilities. Tomorrow we have a full moon in Cancer, in the divine feminine in her full glory, right? Yeah. Starts in the afternoon at 2:27 p.m., which equals 11. I hope everybody is doing great. I love you guys. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing. And look, I found all 3 of my dies where my puppy got a hold of it. My puppy gets a lot of stuff, but I love my puppy, and he's a smart little guy too. So all right, so we're going to, the moon is in Cancer, and tomorrow we will have a full moon in Cancer, like I was saying. So a lot of divine feminine energies, hopefully divine light feminine energies, love, peace, celebration of being a woman, which we haven't done that for a long time, right? But to be a woman is as powerful as being a man is, right? Yeah. So we got the moon, 7 spirituality, and Scorpio. Ooh, deep. That's deep. Scorpio represents all those things we don't like to talk about: anger, sex, frustration, abuse, the things that are hard to come out. And this 7 represents spirituality. So maybe, spirituality ain't hard. It's not hard at all, because spirituality is in everything. And no matter what you love, there's spirit to it. It's a blessing, because if you love something that's on this planet, then, you're loving the creator of it as well. So, that's loving God too. So maybe we're going to go in deep into some love, because the creator is multidimensional. The universe is multidimensional. We can't be expected to fit into one little box. There's too much diversity. No, there's not enough diversity or independent thinking in this world. And independent thinking is the most fabulous thing. You can entertain yourselves all day with your thoughts. Just being an independent thinker, imagining the world as you would have it to be. And if you feel that you're right and standing in your truth, then the universe will pick up with you, and powerful things will begin to change around you. Staying positive, hoping, not so much as hoping, but imagining this place and what it could be like, your place, your imagination. And remember, what's good for you is more than likely pretty good for me too. So could you, wow, a rock. I got this crystal rock of creation out of my symbol bag. And it makes me immediately remember the vision of the giant rock that I saw when I was an itty bitty dot. And I know that ain't gonna make much sense to you, but I was an itty bitty dot of light, and I was spinning around this rock right here, in a place that was far, far away in the universe. And we got the heart here. Now, I called this the rock of creation. I don't know why. And at that rock, behind the rock, were 2 pillars where the sun rose. It was quite the vision. And I could see the etheric images of peoples all around me. And it was like a very holy place in the spiritual world. And I get a heart. Out of that big bag, I get a rock and a heart. So I really feel like that the creator of creation, which is a great energy, is just letting you know right now that you're all love. This is beautiful. This is all about love. And like I say, you know, we all have a soul, and our soul started somewhere. And because everything grows, is there a possibility, and we know it's true, that our soul growed from maybe a spark of light off of a mighty crystal rock somewhere out in the universe, on a planet somewhere, that was all about energy? I don't know. If that makes sense to you, please let me know. I just want y'all to know I love y'all. And what I told you is true. I would never lie or say anything or exaggerate. In the vision, I was a little spark of light spinning around the top of this giant crystal rock, but it wasn't it wasn't like this, you know how crystals are formed. It was more like a pillar of rock, like a pillar. It wasn't a crystal formed like a crystal. It was like round and smaller at the top, like a needle. And then, but as it came out to the bottom, it broadened like a tree and a trunk. And so, you know, I think of that vision a lot, and I go back to that because I get energy just from remembering that light. And I wonder if that was the beginning of my soul. You know, I don't know, maybe, huh? Maybe. Let's pull an animal card. I love you guys. I missed you guys. I hope you guys are doing awesome. Oh, hope and wisdom. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. Hope and wisdom. One thing I know for sure, life has, you know, I don't know, there's something about life, right? If we believe that everything is always going to be okay in life, then we don't really have much to worry about. If we understand that things, no matter what, are going to work out for our good, even if it's a rough spot, that we're going to learn something through it and it'll be a lesson when we come out on the other side, we become full of joy. You know, just believing that we can do whatever it is that we need to do. And then, I don't know, like this monkey. You know, monkeys teach each other things. They can use tools and stuff. So we're going to use this, you know, as this monkey learns, such as the monkey, the baboon, up in the Alps in a hot water. They were studying them and gave them all sweet potatoes to eat through the winter. And, you know, all of a sudden, this baby started washing off his sweet potato. And that was a great revolution, believe it or not, to the other baboons. And they began washing their sweet potatoes too. Well, what did this do? When they washed the sand off the sweet potatoes, it didn't break their teeth, grind them down. They lived longer. So this was such a wonderful thing and evolution for these orangutans, that this habit of washing off potatoes and root vegetables went through the consciousness globally of these monkeys and primates. And all around the world, scientists who were studying certain groups of the ape families saw that they were all now washing their root vegetables. So even animals are in the collective consciousness. I don't know if that made sense to you, but I have known about the collective consciousness, that we are all connected, and even quantum physics is beginning to understand, and that the quantum world is the spiritual world. And so, don't be afraid, because once you go into the quantum fields and start looking for stuff, or the spiritual world, you will and are going to be protected. So I don't know. Have joy, this says. Have joy. We decide and make choices whether we're going to be happy or not. And I myself made a choice about 12 years ago that I wanted to be happy. That I did not want to be in a place, a relationship, a home, a situation, a family, that, didn't respect me or have respect for themselves, basically, right? And if they can't respect themselves, they couldn't respect me. I spent 10 years on the road giving up bad habits, bad thoughts, bad feelings, anger, frustration, transforming my life better each and every year, becoming a better human being, learning more, through all the reflection. I reflected a lot. I was sitting a lot, panhandling for a life source. And so this gave me a lot of time to reflect on myself, to reflect on others, to reflect on the effect I had on people, to reflect on the effect that people had on me, to begin to feel the difference between what made me happy and what didn't. Ooh, the dead end. The dead end. Maybe somebody thinks that they went as far as they can go. There's never a dead end, but look, there's all kinds of connections in there. Look at that. Look at that. Everything is connected to that hand throughout the universe. Anything that's alive is from the tree of life, from the way I understand it in the spiritual world. We're all a part of the tree of life. Death represents rebirth. We're going to read this. The dead end. Let's see, that's 50, so we're looking at 40. 4 is a foundation. 0 is, again, something it's like an egg. You can pull all kinds of stuff out of it and create all kinds of things. Yeah. Let's see, here we are. The dead end. That hand is connected to everything. In this circle, I see the whole universe, and we're connected to everything that's alive, even through energy, through energy. The closed door, the final chapter, the impasse. Wow. This is deep. Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. I told you that. Look at all that going on in here. The dead end is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It is thick, dense, uncompromising. A wall beyond all walls, with every bramble, thorn, and stone. It simply states, no more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter. It is natural to resist its very resistance and struggle even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what was. In this way, we fight with life itself from a mythic perspective. And this is true. This is talking about surrendering so that you can receive, releasing and leaving us empty space so you can bring more in. Whether, money or emotions or love or feeling. The end you face is very much a beginning. Every end is a beginning, right? Yes. There are doors opening all around you, just not the one you planned on walking through. If you are honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust, and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginnings. Maybe somebody out there feels, like they've come to a dead end, but like this says, the dead end is where life really begins, because we as living sources will always fight to live. We will fight to live. Very few give up. Very few of us want to give up. We want to just keep on going. I remember myself, I'm going to finish the story. I want to see how it ends. I want to finish the story. I want to see how it ends. Acceptance, humility, relief, reverence for change. And when you're in the dark, inertia, stuckness, tension, unconscious gripping. Kenny Rogers, the gambler. Dan Hathaway's giving up. Yeah, know when to hold 'em and know when to fold 'em, right? We got to know when to hold 'em and when to fold 'em. The dead end, yeah, well, I was just talking about coming to a dead end that, I had surrounded myself with a life that I was not happy with, and there was no choice but for me to give it all up and take to the streets and to try to figure out what would make me happy, what kind of life did I want. Come to find out, I wanted a life full of respect, dignity, honor, truth, love, peace. Yeah. I didn't really crave money or anything like that. I craved just to have, the things that I need and to be able to get along with others. Well, I hope you guys are here still with me. I love y'all. If y'all could, please like, subscribe, hang out more. Let's see what this is going to. The dead end. Okay, so let's say whoever we are out here, or whoever you are, you have met the dead end or are in the process of bringing a dead end into your life, changing, looking for, a new way to bring about a new life, which means the change has to start with you, right? Change has to start with you. 7 of Swords. Dang. I don't like that thing. Okay, so I'm going to have to read what this 7 of Swords means. In other decks, it could be about timing. Making sure you're doing the right things at the right time. 6 of Swords is sailing away from trouble. 5 of Swords is conflict. 4 of Swords is meditation. 6 of Swords is sailing away. So 7 of Swords could also be about timing. Let's look and see. Read the first few. Here we go. 7 of Swords. 3 of Air. Oh, it's the 7 of Air. Spirituality, religion, politics, personal dogma, atheism, fundamentalism, indoctrination, kindness. It's not what we believe, but how we believe. Isn't that the truth? It's not what we believe, but how we believe it. And what we want to believe. And how we want to feel. That's why we want to get to know ourselves, as if to know ourselves like a book, to know what we like, to know what we're longing for. Lift others up. Does what you believe make you kinder? Do your beliefs, do your the things that you believe in make you feel like you're a better human? Like, that you are absolutely a child off the tree of life, and that if we're life, we nurture life. Life nurtures life, right? Life nurtures life. Are you willing to lose another for your beliefs? That's a good question, right? Are we willing to lose others for our beliefs? And I was just talking about that I had to leave family members behind, that I had to turn around and walk away from those that didn't want to change. I didn't want to be a drug addict anymore. I wanted to get my act cleaned up. I didn't want to be a crybaby or a bitch or these things. I wanted to learn to be a good, kinder, gentler human being. Right? And I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just following spirit. There are many ways, not just your way. Right? My way is not the only way. There are many ways to do things. The thing is just to begin to do it. Just do it, as Nike says. I don't mean to be paraphrasing anybody, but it's get up and move. You can do it. You can do it. You can do anything you set your mind to. And the more you do and the more you accomplish, the better you're going to feel, the healthier you are. Because when you feel good about you, because you have accomplished, what you set out to do, even if it's that much a day, you're still going to feel good about you. Because you didn't sit there and think you should do it all day. You got up and did it, and it was done and over, and you could sit there and, feel good you accomplished that. Moderate fundamental beliefs. Seek a kind approach. Educate, don't indoctrinate. I hope I'm not doing that. I hope I'm letting everybody know that we all have the freedom to think whatever we want to think. But the universe, cause and effect. Let's talk about cause and effect. If we think well and do well, then most of the time we are thought of and get well back, right? It's a cause and effect. We're talking about the first law of the universe, not religious laws. So if you hurt someone intentionally, there's the possibility that would come back and be on you as well, or you would get the mirror effect. That's you cause somebody harm, so now somebody else is a possibility to, bring harm to you. Unless you repent, which means what? To feel and wish you hadn't have done it. And then, after you feel and wish you hadn't have done it, find a way to go and find the victim and, tell them you're sorry. And hopefully they can feel that sorry. Or if not, apologize anyway. And I don't know, from there, whatever happens. But the thing is it's all about taking accountability for our actions and learning to walk lightly without hurting others, learning to walk gently with love in our hearts, learning to, and that means, though, we still have to have boundaries, right? Protecting your boundaries, there's nothing wrong with that. You're allowed to protect your boundaries. You're allowed to protect your room. You're allowed to have your space. You're allowed to, work on whatever it is you're working on. This is just about not being, stuck in one thing. In fact, I actually talked to somebody today. I practice Hinduism. I practice Buddhism. I practice Christ. I practice a little bit of Judaism, which is all about judgment, right? So I do work through things to come up with judgments and place and ask God about this or that. I mean, somebody's got to talk to God about the judgment. The rich and the wealthy, the people that are getting away with murder, the people who are getting away with liars. Really, God needs people who aren't afraid to make a judgment and to speak to the Holy Spirit the truth about it, which is the truth, right? The living truth. It's all about learning to work together. All of us accepting one another, whether we're a Christian, whether we're Buddha, whether we're Hindu, whether we're a monk, whether we're a Satanist even. What does Satanists believe? Has anybody ever looked into that? I'm not a Satanist, but I do know that they do counteract Christianity in every school. And why is that? Because Christianity has a tendency to indoctrinate. If you go to church every Sunday, you kind of get indoctrinated. And where we should really be, maybe each day, holy day, according to all, go and check everybody out and find out, so that you can keep your mind open and wide. Keeping your mind open and wide and being able to work with other groups, other peoples, other places. I really do hope that in the next few years we all learn that it takes everybody in the world to make the world what it is. Everybody. If we all become very conscious of our actions, how we're acting, what we're acting, and how we're treating others is really important. Understanding that each human is a sacred living creature. Each animal is a sacred living creature. Oh, what do we got? We got emotions here. We got the Ace of Cups, love. This is water, the water dragon, and this is all about feeling good about who you are, where you live, and what your motives for life are, what you want to do while you're on this planet to grow. Do you want to grow intelligently? Do you want to grow spiritually? Do you want to grow, you want to grow a corporation, a foundation, or whatever it is that you want to do? But we have to remember that everybody's important. The way people make their money, some don't care that they're destroying the earth and polluting our land and ripping out our forests, but I'm hoping as we move into the future, we will get more naturalists out there. We have beautiful young people being born every day that are going to bring us a brighter future. And let's begin, we should all think about the next 7 generations. Yeah. We should have a government that literally is on that, making sure that we have 7 generations of resources for everybody. I'd say 7 generations is good. This is 11. This would be healing for all. It would heal. We would all heal if we knew everything was going to be okay, right? Nobody would need to steal, cheat, or lie. It would be a wonderful life. And we can imagine that if we want to. Yeah, 4 hour a day work day, 4 days a week, opportunities to have the children raised by their parents who, and grandparents, and not have to go to babysitters or daycares. This would be a wonderful, homes furnished, food furnished, everything furnished and donated, just because you work those 4 hours a day. Now, that's not wrong, because our ancestors built this world. And they got the resources from free because they put a fence up around it and said it was theirs. So, they moved here and took the land from the Indians. So now is our opportunity to stand up for ourselves, knowing that we are worthy of having good homes, good medical, good food, good education, and the best of everything. We deserve it as humanity. And then nobody should own all that shit. And we should work for Mother Earth, who provides everything. And therefore nobody could ever hold the power of owning over us. We would all be born to our inheritance upon this planet. I have thought this out. My dad built a lot of this world. I know your dad too. Our dads fought for this world. I know your dad too. I'm talking about the whole doggone world. Stopping tyrants from taking over, right? Stopping the tyrants from taking over. And it starts with all of us by looking at the tyrants in our own country and, putting the word out there, whether we think they're right or wrong. We have to start speaking up and being able to hold conversations, even if we have differences of opinion. Desire. We desire to be okay. Everybody does. Every single soul, plant, animal born upon this planet desires to be okay. And we all deserve it. We all deserve to be okay. Looks like we got air sign there, and we got the old goat. And what is that? The lion, the eye of the universe, the red lotus. I think that might be called the red path, where you care about everything. Your desire is to see everybody okay. And because if it's okay for you, it's okay for all. Because we're all brothers and sisters. We're all a family around this planet. Even the creatures of the earth are part of our family. I see more humanity coming out of animals sometimes than I've seen out of people. So, I don't know why they call it humanity. I think we need to call it mammality. Mammality. Look, we got death and rebirth. Things are changing. Everybody's thinking different. We've come to a dead end in our society with, the rent can't keep going up. The houses can't keep going up. Gas can't keep going up. Groceries can't keep going up. We got to get to a place that people don't have to work so damn hard in order to support themselves and their families. You deserve a right to enjoy life too, right? Everybody does. With the best education. With the best, most nutritious food. The best doctors. The best everything. Just like a lot of people who don't deserve it do. Who have hoarded up the resources and taken them as their own and make everybody work for everything. Working is not the problem. The problem is that families are working too hard and don't get a chance to family up. We got to give the people a chance to get back to what's good. The family unit is very important for a society to run well. The children need to be raised by their parents, need to be educated in love. You can't get more diverse than that. So we're about to go through a birth or a death and a rebirth. And we're going to give birth to a new consciousness where life's going to get easier. We're going to have a better projection of what life could be like in the next several generations. Because really, it's up to us to make sure the next generations are going to be okay. That's our job, if anything. Yeah. You know, the ladies over in Africa that run the tribes, they make sure they count ahead several years ahead to have storage in case of drought, in case of problems, in case of something comes up. These women are wonderful. You should look up women matriarchs in Africa that run tribes. And they are very powerful, and they have to watch out for the next few generations because their land don't give a lot. They don't get a lot. These women are very powerful. Now, this isn't about women. I know there are men who can do this too. But right now, I guess it is about women. Look at them. But men are very powerful too and nurturing as well. And I'm calling for all of you guys to stand up. And keep the faith of a child. And believe in yourself. Believe that you have a worthy mission to alert others to the truth that, you know, we are born to this land and therefore we have a right to live. We have a right to live like every creature. Every bear needs a cave. Every cat needs a tree. Every fish needs a pond. We're born here. There's nothing, you know, what are they going to do? You can't continue to make people suffer. The homeless, the hungry, the uneducated, the ones that don't know the difference between, you know, whether they deserve anything or not, the mentally ill, the elderly. You know, I'm not just talking about us. I'm okay. I'm talking about those that aren't. Need people who can to stand up. And you never know when you're not going to be okay, right? So we believe like a child that all of us are children of God, no matter what age we are. We're all children, and we all desire the love and protection of the universe. And all things are about learning cause and effect. If we do something that's a negative, there's a possibility that a negative could boomerang back on us. So we want to put out positive energy, loving energy, kind energy, generous energy, not to be used up, not to be taken advantage of, because we got to have boundaries. But, you know, until we find out what kind of energy they're going to give back, we do our best, and then we adapt to the situation as needed, whether we got to put up boundaries or whether we can, you know, accept and move closer. And I think that's about it, guys. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Please like, share, subscribe. Bye-bye.